Good afternoon, everyone. You may be seated. Welcome, everyone. I would like to welcome you all to the celebration of one of life's greatest occasions, the joining of two individuals in marriage, Rachel and Jason. Before I begin, we just ask that you please do not take any photographs so everyone can enjoy this ceremony to its fullest extent. Thank you. Okay, louder. All right, closer to the mouth. Before I begin, I'd like to start this ceremony with a short prayer. Just kidding. It is no secret that Rachel and Jason fall into the very niche category of high school sweethearts. At the time they started dating, 9 years ago, the relationship, like most in high school, carried very little expectation. This allowed these two young souls to casually enjoy each other's company without their parents becoming overly concerned. Isn't that right, Mr. Attia? And so, their strong attraction at the age of 16 propelled them into a young relationship. From the beginning, it always seemed that Rachel and Jason stood apart. While other couples came and went, thank you, Rachel and Jason were a constant, a shining light for those of us trying to find happiness in a partner. For example, some of us here had the distinct privilege of sitting in on Jason and Rachel's APUS history class during the early stages of their dating. Instead of learning about the Revolutionary or Civil War, Rachel and Jason committed themselves to a year of flirtatious banter and cross-classroom eye contact. To no one's surprise, Jason had his seat moved twice in an effort to curb his infatuation. Needless to say, it did not work. As the year went on, it was no longer Rachel and Jason as separate individuals, but rather as one single unit. As high school neared its end and the prospect of college loomed, the question of carrying on together with distance as a new obstacle was not really a question at all, and the relationship continued to grow. Freshman year turned to sophomore year, and so on, with each passing year begging the question, when are Jason and Rachel going to get married? What seems like an eternity ago, college ended. And naturally, with the real world racing toward them, Jason and Rachel moved in together with Grant, their beloved son. I mean roommate. As the distance between them grew smaller and smaller, their love and appreciation for one another only grew in the opposite direction. I would now like to introduce Marissa, who has written a song for the lovely couple. It's fine. You're fine. You're welcome.
Light in the dark, yeah, you found all of the heart in this. In his arms, you were charmed, yeah, a sight to see. Little did you know he would rewrite the story, and little did you know he would be there until the end. She said, you know when you know. He said, you're so beautiful, it's fate. This is a dream I don't want away. Never want this to fade. Small town, big love, they will never give up. Love is nothing until worth fighting for every day and every night is heaven in each other's eyes. He said he'll be by our side no matter the distance, no matter the cry. She said, you know and you know. He said, you're so beautiful in space. This is a dream I don't want to end. Never want this to fade. Never want this to fade.
So good. You okay? Thank you, Marissa. One can talk about true love, its meaning, and what it feels like as an experience. At its core, however, love is best demonstrated and not merely described. All of you gathered here today have had the privilege of witnessing love right before your eyes in Rachel and Jason. Whether that be Rachel's sparkle in her eye every time Jason walks into a room, calling out babers at inappropriate times, or Jason's unwavering care and support for his future wife, from daily meal preparation to graceful tuck-ins on the living room couch. This relationship that has now blossomed into a marriage is something both the young and old can appreciate wholeheartedly. After this day seems like a fleeting memory, long into the future, you two will have begun a life of immeasurable joy and simultaneously a life of great uncertainty. But what a way to tackle it together. All of us present today have had the immense joy in seeing you grow, not only as individuals, but together as one. We love you both so very much. Jason said he would kick me out if I got emotional, so I'm about halfway to the parking lot right now. Rachel and Jason will now exchange vows that they have written for one another.
Jason, I love you. Today I get to marry my best friend, my favorite person in the entire world. A lot of people say that when you get married, it means that you're starting your life together with somebody, but that's not true in our case. We started nearly a decade ago, and since that time, I've fallen deeper and deeper in love with you every single day. You are my rock and my protector, my one and only love. You are one of the most thoughtful and caring people that I know, and you always put the needs of others in front of yourself. I can't believe how lucky I am that I get to spend the rest of my life with you. So, I vow to keep you laughing, even if it's at my expense. I will enjoy all of our ventures through life together, whether it's traveling the world or Sunday trips for ice cream. I vow to support you to accomplish everything you want in life, but to never take ourselves too seriously and always stay silly. I will continue to tell you I love you 100 times a day, to dance slowly in the living room whenever we have the chance, and to follow you around the kitchen while you cook. For better or worse, rich or poor, sickness and in health, I'll stand by your side no matter what. I love you more than anything in the entire world. I said that already. And I can't wait to grow old with you. But I promise that no matter how old we grow, that I'll always look at you like a love-struck teenager. I love you.
I love you too. Surprise. Rach, I've had the best 9 years of my life with you. It's hard to imagine that we started and I was just some guy who wanted your attention so bad. But then we became friends, and then you were my prom date, my girlfriend, and finally, you became my best friend, my favorite person, and my fiance. And now you'll be my wife. So, I thankfully and gleefully give all myself to you and take all that is yours. I take responsibility for your safety and well-being by always protecting you and fighting for you however you may need it. I'll bear the burden of your hunger and thirst, not just for home-cooked meals and seasonal beers, but for excitement and adventure. I take responsibility for your intelligent and way overactive mind by always keeping you entertained and stimulated. And maybe one day you'll beat me in Jeopardy. And I take your family as if they've always been mine. Your two amazing parents, George as a brother of my own, and Nikki as a sister we all wished Ian had been. But for everything I take, there's infinitely more I want to give you. I am, as you say, your person. So as your person, I promise to give you endless laughter, to give you extra blankets when you're cold, even if I'm sweating profusely next to you. I will support you in everything you do, both personal and professional. Should you cry, I'll be there to hold you and to say, "Give me your tears, Gypsy," until the tears have stopped and your smile emerges. Should you grow ill, I'll be there to treat you with love, since I don't know jack about medicine. But I know you respond best to that. Of course, I'll give you all the dogs. And finally, someday, when our family is grown, I'll show you that I could be as dedicated a father as I am a husband. We've come a long way since I convinced you to date me, and though I no longer follow you through the halls of high school, I will follow you through this life, for as long as we're in it together, wherever it may go and whatever our fortune. Because I know as long as I have you and you have me, we have everything.
The couple will now exchange rings as a physical representation of the promises made today. Jason, please place the ring on Rachel's finger and repeat after me.
I, Jason, take Rachel as my cherished wife in front of these witnesses and promise to stay by her side through sickness and health, joy and sorrow, so long as we both shall live.
Rachel, please repeat after me.
I, Rachel, take Jason as my cherished husband in front of these witnesses and promise to stay by your side through sickness and health, joy and sorrow, so long as we both shall live. We both shall live.
Rachel and Jason, by the power vested in me by the state of New York, and the $40 marriage certificate granted to me by the internet, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride.
First, we have parents of the groom, Dan and Neil Harris.
1, 2, 3, 4.
They are followed by parents of the bride, Maria and John Attia. Now introducing your bridal party, we have Sarah escorted by Nick. And we have our ring bearer, followed by Marissa escorted by Dan. They'll be followed by Gina, escorted by Tyler. Let's give it up. Little floss action. Next we have Tori, escorted by Matt. Chug of love. They'll be followed by a three-way, Emily, Dave, and Steve. Next we have Emmy and Matt. Carry her through that threshold. They're going to be followed by Kate and Connor. Shut down. Next we have Red and George. They'll be followed by your maid of honor and your groomsmen, Nikki, Graham, and Ian. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to give it up. I want you to get off your feet for the first time as a happily married couple. Let's put your hands together for Mr. and Mrs. Rachel and Jason Harris. Woo!
You're a falling star, you're the getaway car, you're the line in the sand when I go too far. You're the swimming pool on an August day, and you're the perfect thing to say. And you play it coy, but it's kinda cute. Oh, when you smile at me, you know exactly what you do. Baby, don't pretend that you don't know it's true, 'cause you can see it when I look at you. And in this crazy life, and through these crazy times, it's you, you make me sing your every line, your every word, your everything. You're a carousel, you're a wishing well, and and you light me up when you ring my bell. You're a mystery, you're from outer space, you're every minute of my everyday. And I can't believe that I'm your man, and I get to kiss you, baby, just because I can. Whatever comes our way, I will see it through, and you know that's what our love can do. And in this crazy life, and through these crazy times, it's you, you make me sing. You're every line, you're every word, you're everything. And in this crazy life, and through these crazy times, it's you, you make me sing. You're every line, you're every word, you're everything. You're every song, and I sing along, 'cause you're my everything. Yeah, yeah. So la 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 la. So la 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 la.
love to cuddle up on the couch with either Dawn or myself, hop into our bed early in the morning. Those days are long past, but he certainly found the perfect mate to take our place. We're so happy to share the weekend and this special day with an amazing group of friends that Rachel and Jason have surrounded themselves with. Having watched most of this group grow up together, we almost feel like their parents, quite a bond with all of these kids. We've always been impressed with how close the friendship is between everyone and expect it to continue for many years. Even special friendships often require work to maintain, but this group makes it look easy. They are family. And speaking of family, the Harrises, Herberts, Lucases, Lermans, and Richtans, oh my God. There's nothing good I can say, so maybe I better not say a thing. And to the Atias and all their clan, we are so happy to join forces. I mean, if Rachel can survive having Graham as her roomie and threats of Ian moving in too, how can we not feel accepted into your family? Also, thank you to all our longtime friends. I didn't say old friends, I said long time. And those of John and Maria's who came to share this great day with us. Finally, Jason and Rachel, it's been such a dream come true to see the two of you mature into the loving couple that you are today. You certainly didn't rush into anything here, yet it was pretty evident from early on that this was meant to be. Dawn and I always felt that going off to separate colleges was the best thing that you could do. It proved the strength of your relationship and the commitment you had for each other. Of course, now comes the hard part. Your life ahead will be filled with many joys and triumphs, as well as challenges and disappointments. Your love will certainly be tested, but it's the love that you have for each other that you must never forget. Like friendships, it takes work, but it's the greatest and most rewarding job you'll have. We are so proud of you and look forward to watching you grow old together. Now, if only my other two boys would grow up a bit. Here's to Jason. Here's to Jason and Rachel. Congratulations.
Now the father of the bride would like to say a few words.
All right, I will try to keep this short and sweet. I want to thank everybody that came here. I know a lot of people flew from California, Florida. My parents came in from Florida, South Carolina, Canada. I even think Korea, so thank you. I know it's a tough thing to do, but this is such a tight group. I don't know if any of you people know. I think many of you people know that all of these kids are from 8th grade to high school, and they've stuck together. It's the closest group I've ever seen, and I'm touched. My heart is full. Everybody knows Rachel's probably one of the easiest persons to love, but not many people know about Jason. So I watch them. I watch the way he treats her. I watch the way he speaks to her. I watch the way he looks at her. I can smell it. These people are in love. And I have no doubts. When you're a parent, you just want to see your children happy with somebody. I have no doubts this is a match made in heaven. So to close, I just hope you are blessed. I hope God blesses you with children as good as he has blessed me, because it's been unbelievable. And the only thing else, I hope your first child is a masculine child. Thank you, and I hope everybody has a good night.
So I've been trying to write this bridesmaid speech for probably the past year, maybe a little bit more. But every time I start to write things down or start to think about what I'm going to say, I start crying. Not because I'm like afraid of public speaking or because I don't know what to say, because Rachel's probably the easiest person to like talk and brag about. But because every time I just start to think about our memories together and our futures together, I just get a little overwhelmed with how big of an impact she has on me and everyone else in her life. So I'm gonna do my best not to cry. I'm gonna get through this whole thing, hopefully. As you can see, Rachel and Jason have a pretty big wedding party up here. Most of them have been friends for more than 10 years. But I've had the pleasure of knowing Rachel for almost 25 now. Lucky me. As a result, I would consider myself one of the luckiest ones in this room, besides Jason, of course. I was born with an automatic best friend, and one, if I got to choose, I would pick over and over again. For obvious reasons, I don't remember you much as a baby, but as the first child and the first grandchild, you had the most pictures taken of you. And in everyone, you had your big cheeks and your chunky legs and your huge smile. And even as a baby, you were the happiest one in every single room. What? As toddlers, we were very cute. So much so that Dad thought it was appropriate to chop our bangs like halfway up our forehead so he could see our faces better. I mean, it looks cute now, but we look back on it and it was really bad. When Georgie came into the picture, where are you? Georgie. When Georgie came into the picture, not much changed. We'd still, well, a lot changed, but we'd still play with our Barbies, but George, we would call him the big giant baby, would just like wreak havoc on our Barbie dream house and like stick his head through the elevator. Still not much has changed, but as we got a little older, Mom would dress us in matching outfits. At the time, I was still the same size as you, so strangers would come up to us and they'd ask, "Oh, are you guys twins?" And we'd smile and we'd be like, "Yeah, we are." A few years later, however, we'd be roaming around Darien Lake with the Alessandras, and strangers would come up to us and ask you and Christina, "Hey, are you guys twins?" And you guys would go along with it, like, "Yeah, we are." And at the time, I was probably the most jealous I've ever been in my life. But then again, like, who wouldn't want to be your sister? Oh. Despite this, you never failed in your big sister duties. When Dad would drag us to the softball park and hit grounders at us entirely too hard, you were there. If I ever got picked on or was going through a breakup, you were there. And when it came time to learn how to take a shot or chug a drink, you were there. Okay, on to the high school days. So in high school, we were very mature. We walked a very thin line of stealing liquor from our parents' liquor cabinets to playing in a ball pit in Kate's basement. After basketball practice one day, Rachel came up with the brilliant idea to drive through the neighborhood and steal a baby Jesus from a close by nativity scene, only to later find out that the baby Jesus belonged to one of Jason's soccer teammates. Nonetheless, the baby Jesus made it back, swaddled in blankets. I don't even know where I am. I've just been free balling. Okay. So, of course, this is the time when Jason came into the picture. Jason would follow Rachel to Environmental Club, where she was the vice president of, so very convenient, very environmentally conscious. Once they started talking more, he would follow her to math class, and weird. Even though Dr. H thought that you were nothing but trouble, he'd walk her there every day. He was relentless, and rightfully so, because he was chasing after a state champ, homecoming queen nominee, and life of the party. To be fair, Jason checks a lot of those boxes as well. They are charismatic, charming, and happy-go-lucky. They are the light in the conversation, follows them in the room, and they are arguably the glue that holds this friend group you see up here together. To quote the great Michael Scott, Webster's Dictionary defines wedding as the fusing of two metals with a hot torch. Well, you know something? I think you guys are two metals, gold medals. We're almost done. We're almost done. Oh, stop. In all seriousness, Jay, we couldn't be happy that you're joining our family. Dawn and Neil, where are you? I need to look, okay. You raised a great man and an even better husband. He makes my sister happy every single day. And the way that you looked at her during the ceremony, I'm gonna start crying right now, just thinking about it, like, oh, naughty. Graham, Ian, I think George turned out just great with two sisters, but we could not be happier that he's gaining 3 brothers tonight. Mom, Dad, thank you for teaching us how to love unconditionally, and for making my best friend the amazing person and wife she is today. Rach, no matter where I am in this world, no matter what our last names are, I'm at ease knowing you're with the love of your life and happy. I wouldn't want, we're not done. One more line. I wouldn't want anyone else to make her sandwiches every day or sleep with her every night other than you. So cheers to forever. Congrats.
So first of all, I just wanted to thank all of you guys for coming out, making tonight a possibility. It's incredible to see all the family and friends from both sides that have come out and supported Jason and Rachel tonight. First of all, to Mom and Dad, I know how stressful the past couple of weeks have been for you guys. I've gotten to hear about it firsthand every single day. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys for setting up the rehearsal dinner and making everything run smoothly. I love you guys. To Mr. and Mrs. Attia, thank you for making tonight a possibility. It's been an incredible night. I really appreciate having the two of you, along with Nikki and George, as the best family we could ever hope to become a part of. To Jay and Rach, so originally Graham and I had actually planned out a skit that was going to be like 15 to 20 minutes long, and Jason had pre-approved it, but as soon as Rachel heard of it, she shot it down. So I think it's clear to see who's already wearing the pants in this marriage. Seriously though, Rach, I love you. I couldn't ask for a better sister. You're the sister we never wanted. I mean, always wanted. I appreciate everything you do for me, though. From the important stuff, career advice, all that, to just letting me so severely overstay my welcome at your place the morning after a night out. So, again, I couldn't imagine having a better sister, and I love you to the moon and back. Jay, to be honest, I actually didn't really know where to start your part of the speech. So all I can really say is I love you and I'm so proud of you. For as long as I can remember, I've looked up to you, Graham too, but I've looked up to you and I've emulated you. And I wanted to be just like you when I was older, man. It was a little harder for me to put into words just how much I appreciate you for being one of the best brothers I could have asked for. You taught me everything I know, the good and the bad. But most importantly, you taught me how to annoy Dad to the point of never wishing he had us. You put up with a lot, Dad. I love you. Seriously, though, we had plenty of rough patches when I was younger and real annoying, but we made it through it. Every time I'd get you yelled at and Mom and Dad would go to just cuss you out, I was right there backing you up. I never snitched on you, so. Because I knew it would be worse for me in the end, so. But then again, we'd be right back upstairs building a fort in our room or outside playing basketball in the driveway. So just thank you for picking me to be a part of your special day. I love you. I appreciate being one of your best men, and I love you, bro. So just really, I just want to thank you too, Jay and Rach, for letting me stand up there with you guys today and support you. Can't wait to see what the future has in store for the both of you. But I know it's going to be filled with plenty of laughs and good times. Love you guys.
Is this thing on?
Oh. The arsonist had oddly shaped feet. All right. Hi everyone. To those of you guys that don't know me, I'm Graham. I'm the best brother. I mean, best man. Too easy. All seriousness, let me start by thanking the parents of the happy couple today. Mom, Dad, John, Maria. You guys put in a lot of work over the last couple weeks for this, and it turned out beautifully. So thank you. Yeah. All right. Could not have been done without you guys. More importantly, to John and Maria, Nikki, George, I want to thank you guys for welcoming us into your family with open arms. It's been a pleasure getting to know you guys over the years, and I know I speak for Ian and myself as well when I say that we're very happy to have you guys as part of our family now. Jay, bro, thanks for choosing me to stand up on one of your biggest days of your life. Most of you probably already know this, but Jason and I, and Ian as well, we're all very extremely close. The three best friends that anyone could have.
Believe it or not, actually, Jason and I were not always this close, though. We used to butt heads like crazy when we were kids. It's funny, this is actually becoming a theme in our speeches. I'm not sure exactly the day that changed, but I think it was sometime in high school when we realized that we had more fun annoying the hell out of our father than we did each other. Way to go. Thanks, Dad. Anyways, the rest is history. Jason and I became best friends, and I love you, man. You know, I'd do anything for you. Love you to death. On to Rachel. First, let me start by saying how beautiful you look today. Seriously. Amazing. Give it up. Give it up. I know how much you put into this as well, and you're just as much to thank for how beautiful this turned out today. I want to also thank you for everything you've done for me, and more importantly, sacrificed for me over the years. A few people have already mentioned today that the three of us have lived together the last couple of years, and well, I'm sure it's hard enough living with one Harris for a couple of years, but two, I mean, man, you are a team player. Thank you. But in all seriousness, today is just a formality, really. I want to thank you for being a sister to me over the years. We're all extremely happy to welcome you into our family. Excuse me. I'm not that drunk. We could not. I got it. I got my spot. We could not, and Jason certainly could not have done any better. Finally, I just want to say thank you again to Jason and Rachel for letting me be part of your big day. More importantly, part of your lives over the last 10 years. It's been a pleasure to see your relationship grow into something so beautiful. I see how happy you guys make each other and how much you love each other. We all do, really. And you two make a beautiful couple. I know you're destined for a lifetime of happiness together. So let's raise a glass to Jason and Rachel. We wish you guys happily ever after. I love you guys.